Let me tell you about one of the most agonizing stories in football. Seriously, this is the tale of a knockout match where one team did pretty much everything right. They attacked, they created chances, they even hit the woodwork. But in the end, well, all of it meant absolutely nothing.
When you really boil it down, this game was a simple, brutal conflict. On one side, you had Japan, just throwing wave after wave of attack, creating this storm of opportunities. And on the other side, the French goal. It was like it was protected by some kind of invisible force field, just repelling every single thing that came its way.
All right, so the stage is set in Santiago. It's the round of 16 of the FIFA U20 World Cup, and the stakes, they couldn't be higher. It's win or go home, and you've got two really talented teams, Japan and France. Only one of them is moving on.
Right from the get-go, the story of this match was Japan's desperate hunt for a goal. I mean, it was a masterclass in how to create chances, and unfortunately, a total tragedy in how to finish them.
So, the assault starts early on. Japan just slices right through the French defense, carves out a really clear shot on goal. But the keeper, reacting a little late, somehow pulls off a fantastic stop. It's a great chance met by an even better save. And let me tell you, this moment, it basically set the pattern for the entire game.
And the pressure just keeps on coming. Japan weaves brilliantly through the defense again. The ball falls to their striker, Sato. He's in the perfect spot. You know, the kind of chance a forward absolutely dreams of, but somehow the finish just isn't there. The opportunity is just gone.
And then, frustration turns into sheer rotten luck. A beautifully worked play ends in this thunderous shot. It beats the keeper, it's heading for the top corner, and smack. It just cannons off the crossbar. I mean, you literally cannot get any closer than that.
As if hitting the bar wasn't cruel enough, it happens again. Of course it does. Japan, they refuse to give up, they come roaring back, they create another chance, another shot is fired, and this time it clangs off the post. Hitting the woodwork once is bad luck, twice, that just feels like a curse.
But then we get the most unbelievable moment of the whole game. A lovely pass splits the defense, Silto is through on goal, and the keeper is completely stranded. The net is wide open, and he misses. It's just a moment of pure, unadulterated agony for Japan.
You know, after all the saves, all the misses, and hitting the woodwork twice, there was really only one conclusion you could come to: that France goal was living a charmed life. It just seemed destined not to be broken that day. So, after all that drama, after all of Japan's chances, the score is still 0-0. The game is just balanced on a knife's edge. And just when you think it can't get any more tense, the entire script just gets flipped completely on its head.
Okay, so here's how it all went down. The final whistle blows on normal time, still goalless. We're headed to 30 minutes of extra time, and the tension is just unbearable. Then, in all the chaos in the box, the ball strikes an arm. The referee hesitates for a second, and then points to the spot. Penalty. But not for Japan, for France.
And this is the cruelest irony of all. After a game that was defined by Japan's relentless attacks, the result was going to be decided by a single kick from 12 yards out. Everything that came before, totally irrelevant now.
So Francis Michel steps up. He looks like the calmest man in the entire stadium. He runs up, strikes the ball with pure confidence, and it is perfect. Absolutely unstoppable. The keeper has no chance as it just smashes into the back of the net. And just like that, the deadlock is broken. The scoreboard, which had been so stubbornly stuck on 0-0 for so long, finally clicks over. 1-0 to France. And the simplicity of that score, it almost feels insulting after all the drama we just saw. So if you want to see the story of this match in its cruelest, simplest form, here it is. For Japan, a whole list of heartbreaks. A save, a miss, the bar, the post. And for France, one moment, one kick, one goal. That's football for you.
So the final result is official. France wins 1-0. They move on to the quarterfinals where they'll play Norway. And for Japan, after a performance that had everything except a goal, their World Cup is over in the last 16. Just a brutal end to their campaign.
You know, a game like this really makes you wonder. Japan completely dominated the process, right? They applied constant, overwhelming pressure, but they just couldn't find that clinical finish. France, on the other hand, they created almost nothing, but when their one moment came, they delivered the perfect outcome. So it begs the question, in a high-stakes knockout game, what truly matters more? Consistent pressure or one single perfect moment?